to create something like that. That's not my type of writing.
Yes, that's okay because we all are learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can like who are a little bit. Some people really want to go for scientific writing, so
Yeah.
they can take the charge. If you are there, you can take charge, and then slowly we can bring everybody. Just write something. This will give you a little bit confidence. It is like we are the one. We read, nobody much. That way, it will help the blog and help all of us. Just do something. 1 or 2% has to be like gatekeeper to see what we are thinking, but at the same time, it might. And I was talking to him. He actually are interested also for the writing communication part. So I was telling him, I told him that you are interested. So next program, January, I start something. Really good.
Yes.
So let's see how many of others interested. Everybody has to be interested. Little bit. Even if you hate writing, you have to write.
Yeah. So I think that's like the main motivation of like that writing group is that we all deep down know that we have to be doing some writing in some way.
Did you attend yesterday that writing NPA writing?
No, I
There
think of what it was, but
yeah, scientific writing, crafting was that.
yes.
Did you join NPA group?
Yes, I'm in the group. I
So-
to go to that meeting yesterday.
Yeah, so go to they keep it in their archive, you find the recording.
Yeah.
Very like elaborate, but basic is. So just if you really want to learn, just go and check. I sometimes I cannot even attend, and even if I attend, I am just doing something and
It's kind of running in the
if I like some part, I go back and. Good to see you.
How are you? Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I think it is talking about two chairs. Yeah, two are connected. That's why.
Yes.
Talking to Hari, he is ready to go next week. I'm jealous.
Come back to Australia.
We are.
It's just so long to go. I'm excited to see everyone, but between everyone, I might have told you already. Between me and everyone is still like a 20-hour.
Yeah.
Sydney.
Good afternoon.
Wow. Long trip.
Yeah, come on.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah. Do some work. Yes.
Now I feel like
$1 for writing.
other students. This is as a professor. Bueno, ya estamos lejos de los. Right? Yeah. No, eso sí. Bueno, para eso, en general la Biblia se encarga por mí porque tiene la mecha mucho más corta y tiene mejor.
That's one of the description. Working on Should I have the paper?
Hey, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me, please? Yes, okay. So we are already running behind, so I would like to start. It's already 12:06. So we have to go through some exercise today, so I don't want to rush at the end.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Today, this is our second seminar on the seminar series for effective mentoring. Today's seminar is cultivation of mentoring network. First one, I think a couple of you already attended that. It was the basic mentor-mentee relationship. Who hasn't attended that one? Okay, just few of them. So that one was basic for to understand what is mentorship, how you can develop the relationship with mentor, and especially for graduate student, how to select mentor and how to cultivate your relationship. So this will be next. If you want to attend that one, we generally do every semester one time, but also that seminar is a part of the RCR training, responsible conduct of research, and I will be giving that seminar again there on 10th January. So if anybody wants to make up that, you can do that because once you attend all 3 seminar and workshop, you will get a certification for mentorship. So today's one is cultivation of mentoring network. I will assume most of you already know what is mentoring, and you all have mentors, especially postdoc who are unfortunately you don't get to select your primary mentor. So that's what the purpose of today's talk. But you all get assigned a mentor who is your supervisor. So what we want to say here today is, along with your supervisor or primary mentor, we want to cultivate a mentoring network, means multiple mentor. And why that I will come to the next slide. But we are fortunate today because you can literally sit in your desk and in front of computer and can develop a huge network. 10 years before, if I was there, I would have said, oh, you have a mentor at Boston, how you're going to maintain relationship. But today, there's no difference between having a mentor at university somewhere in the north and here in your home university or even any other part of the world. So, but same time, we want to also keep this relationship, one-on-one mentorship, which is with your research mentor, because that's your primary mentorship. And along with that, we want to develop a network. And final goal is to get a network where you might be somewhere here and you will be surrounded with your huge numbers of mentors, or you can say your resources, who can help you in thriving in your academic career or any career you choose in future. Sorry if you can, maybe it is disturbing. Okay, so what we are going to do today, as you saw in our flyer, that is a hands-on experience, means we will be developing our mentoring network together today. We'll go through a exercise, and initially I will just touch base with the mentoring and why I am talking about mentoring network and who needs that mentoring network. And then we'll start rethinking of mentoring model. Instead of solo mentoring or traditional mentoring model, we want to rethink about how and why we need that new mentoring model, which is called network. And then we are going for the map the mentoring network together, and then we will try to do expanding that. We'll do some brainstorming and proper mental process to expand that network to thrive in that our career. So again, as I said, this will be just a touch base with what is the difference between supervisor and mentor and other roles of mentor. Again, you all know that. Only I want to focus few points that we all have a supervisor, including graduate student, postdoc, and faculty, even administrative person like me. But what is the difference between supervisor and mentor? Though sometimes we have same one as a supervisor and mentor, but supervisor is mainly who has do the supervising the job, and they are responsible for our job to get complete, whatever it is, research, or even if I am working in administration, some project I have, my supervisor will make sure I complete it on time. Other hand, mentor, who is a knowledgeable person, is not necessary he will be your supervisor for research, but who will take care, advise you, guide you for all level of your personal as well as professional as well as personal development. Coach, yes, you all know the coach, term of the coach, but in academic career, we consider coach is somebody who will be specialized in one skill and who will give you advice on that skill specifically. And also sometimes we have some challenges in our career, that person can help you giving some advice or helping you for learning some skill. And advocate, which is most important because they are the one who put a word for you when you were not there in that room. They will speak for you. They will, if there is any opportunity, suppose in your department there is some funding opportunity and they might suggest you name. So you need to have some advocate who can be your mentor, but can be separate person like your department chair or any other professor or anybody who you know and develop a relationship. So again, just to focus you all, why we are going for network, think new model for network, mentoring network, again, it start from here. Supervisor and mentor difference. Because supervisors focus is always in a whole group. They want to fulfill the needs of the group, needs of the work. Other hand, mentor is mainly for your mentee's need, your need. Their focus is not the work, their focus is you. And their work style, again, you know that for supervisor is kind of direct. They will tell you what to do and you will be doing it. Whereas mentor will be like collaborative. You will be talking, discussing, they will ask your ideas and then they will consider and come to a conclusion there. And then obviously there is a balance of power. Supervisor are generally your boss, but in the other hand, mentor, those they may be your boss, but if you consider them mentor, they has to be more equal and fluid in power of balance of power. So why we need mentoring? Again, this is just a basics that you all know that mentoring we need for your science, career, but other personal, also psychosocial, emotional support, and also for coaching for special skill, as I said, and advocate someone when on their behalf when you there is some opportunity. So here we come to rethink the mentoring. The basics I just talk about is mainly for that, like why we need a mentoring network. And I want to consider you all to start rethinking that. As you know, there is a difference between supervisor and mentor. You all have supervisor, but how many of you have pure mentor rather than your supervisor? So you have to have a mentor, not in one area, in several mentors, several areas. So here we are starting to rethinking, like even we can start from here that who needs mentoring. So always our concept is the people at our early career time, we need mentoring. And as we grow through our career stages, we become mentor. We don't have to have any mentoring. But I consider that's not the total truth, because every steps in your career is different. Every steps, every position, if you see here, even for academic career, is every step different because it's a different game. Every game, just like other game, it has a different game, different rules. And importantly, like if you are a graduate student, the mentor you have, they might not be useful or might not work for your postdoc position. What mentor you have in postdoc, it won't be not enough for your faculty position. Same for in research, what mentor I had is not now useful for me as an administrative position. Because why? Because these are different. My work is different. So so basically what I'm trying to say, you have to have a mentor every transition stage. Rather, we should say that different way, like when you are transitioning through any stage to stage, you have a mentor to help you to go through that transition smooth and more effective way so that you don't struggle. To give you guys an example, like when I came to the UTSA first a year ago, I was from research, pure research. So I came as an administrative. So obviously my mentors, they cannot guide me much because they all are faculty positions. So I have to, first thing, I have to find out what I will need. Yes, my supervisor is there and mentor, but I need somebody, like I'm organizing this kind of workshop, who can help me to find out what workshop is going on in UTSA, how they organize. So I had to find one you can say it mentor or one my colleague. She is doing the programs for faculty development. And she, Ms. Judy, she really helped me. She even in first week, she walked me through all of UTSA's different branches. And you all know that when you come new in new place, though I'm not new from Texas, but same UTSA, I was visitor before. So I need to know where are the different offices. So that's what you need when you are a new person in as a postdoc, faculty, or even a graduate student. You need somebody to help you on that transition stage, what you need. And that's how you build an mentor network. So mainly we want to say here that this network is mainly for your transition stage and whole career through. It's not for graduate student or postdoc or early faculty. It's for all, your whole career. And once we accept that and we feel like, yes, we need our mentor in our whole all career transition stage, then we can think of accepting that, okay, then I can ask what I need and I will be okay to ask help or reach to the resources like where I can get. Otherwise, sometimes even complex come like, am I going to ask somebody now? Because I am expert in this field in my postdoc area or graduate student area, how I'm going to ask somebody? But as soon as we start rethinking from our intellectual level that no, everybody in whole career, we need mentorship, then we can accept and try to find out what is our need and then who can help us. So that takes to me next one. Here I am taking help for this whole programs from NCFDD, which you all, most of you know, the National Center for Faculty Development and Diversity. They always guide for junior faculty as well as success of the faculties. So they have a whole program for faculty development and mentorship. And the mentoring map you received is for their map. They are sharing with all their members, and UTSA is one of the member. So I will suggest you all to get joined to the NCFDD. Just like NPA and other program, NCFDD has a really good programs, especially for faculty development. So maybe for postdoc, that will be more useful. So so again, just rethinking your mentorship. What is meaning of that is, instead of considering a single person mentoring you, now as we know the transition needs mentoring, we want to consider such a way like every person when they are new in a stage, they need a mentoring. So imagine if you are new in some your campus, what you need, and based on that, like who can give you that need to help you thrive in your position. Like suppose professional development, who, not like what professional development you'll do, like how you can achieve that professional development, who can help you for that. If you are teaching, suppose you want to learn if you are faculty, you will be teaching. If you are postdoc, you might be learning for teaching. So where you can find and who can help you to learn how to teach a 50 people's class, or if it is a big group, then 100 people class. Same time, emotional support. As we all transition, we all moved from one place to other. So you are detached from your emotional support, what you used to have before. So everybody needs emotional support. It can be your friends, family, or it can be somebody in your recent place. And believe me, these are all every human beings need. Don't think that it's something something different for individual. Yes, different up to an extent, but all of us need those supports, emotional support. Intellectual community, which is the most important for graduate student and postdocs, because especially postdoc, you come to a place as you are expert on your area, and then you have to have some people with discussion of your topic. For a graduate student, maybe it was little easy because they were all together, they were discussing friendly, healthy debate they were doing on their subject. But postdoc, unless your whole lab is with couple of postdoc, it's a little bit difficult. And when you become faculty, it's more difficult because you are expert there, you consider expert. So you need to have somebody where you can discuss healthy debate or discuss your topic. And fortunately, we have a postdoctoral association group that maybe will help you to come together and share your intellectual ideas. But again, you need a community there to help you. Then role models. Role models are those the person in our academic career who are living or doing their work the exact same way what we want to do in future. So they might inspire you, they might help you. If you see they are doing something which you want to do, you can contact with them. Accountability, there are two main accountability in our academic career. One is your research writing, one is your personal health. So make sure you have support on those two, especially because your well-beingness, there are very less support from outside. You have to make your own support for that area. Sponsorship, again and again, this is a very important area of sponsorship. You need to have some resources or mentor in that area. Access to opportunity, which are the main people who can show you where are the NSF grant, where are the fund, where are the postdoc, or if you're a graduate student, where you can go for postdoc opportunity or other job. Those are, we call access to opportunity. Sustained feedback. That's again, when you are writing some paper, article, or even you are applying for job, grant, you need somebody to go through your manuscript, go through your job application, go through your resume and give you a effective feedback, true feedback. So imagine you are new there and you need all of those. And frankly speaking, you expect your mentor to have some part of all this. But think about yourself. Is it really possible for somebody to give you all this support? And does he has a time for that? So is that mean is if you have a solo mentoring person, you are lacking on some places. He might be giving you extreme support in intellectual support, but not for others. Or even if he wants to, if he is capable of doing all these things, but does he has a time? If you have 3 PhD student, 2 postdoc, 5 people in one supervisor's lab, how he is going to spend time for that? So let us take to the next our again, then there is also some benefit and risk. I will go for the benefit. You know that you have a good relation, you have to work with him, her for a long time. Some supervisor stays with you lifelong as a your mentor. There's a benefit, but as a risk also is a dependency model. You will be totally dependent on that person and you have to go for everything over and over for same person. And it's not really that healthy for everything if you have to go one person. Also is sometime because it's only one person, they are thinking maybe 80% of the time they are right, but 20% of time is their own understanding, own belief, which might be not matching with you. So, and you have only one data point. You don't have any way to cross check. Is it right or wrong, whatever he's saying? Just for example, I can say one of my colleague, he was postdoc and he went to a big university with a big renowned professor. And his professor was just applying for high impact journals. And being as a postdoc, he couldn't publish anything next 3-4 years because he has been told that he will be publishing only high impact journal. That's good, but not for every stages. Like his postdoc stage, sometimes you want publication because after 3 years, when you went for job, whole job, first thing ever, everybody was asking, where is your article? Where is your paper? So again, so you have to have couple of mentors to guide you for every sector. And again, if you want more example, like if one person mentoring you, it will be, sometimes it will be just some people getting best mentorship, some people maybe not at all, not getting any mentorship. So again, there's a list. NIH, Dr. Milgram, she's NIH director for YTE program, and then I follow their guideline. And again, this is that you guys all will be agreeing with that, I think, because sometimes we cannot disclose some of the topic with our boss, which is very common thing for every stages. It's not only for postdoc or faculty, all of us. And then work style conflict, communication conflict, again, paper, the supervisor needs some different kind, you want some different kind of publication, then time is one thing. And again, lack of expertise, like you want to go to industry or you want to start a business or entrepreneur, your supervisor from faculty, they don't have expertise for that. So again, you need a mentor on that area. So, and there sometimes our values doesn't match. Again, so what is the solution? That's the we are coming back to our multiple mentor theory. So we need a mentoring map where we can have multiple mentors supporting multiple area of our needs. Again, over time, when stages change, our mentors change. So we need several mentors who can help us in different areas. So, so we'll call now, just think about, twist it a little bit, and instead, the previous one I show you, which is not my term, NCFDD, Dr. Rosemary, whose talk I was listening, I acknowledge her for that talk. She was proposed that term is called guru term. The previous one, individual mentor, traditional one, guru mentorship or solo mentorship. So we want to twist that and try to make it like putting you in the middle of the map and try to think mainly two things: what you need at this situation and how can you get it. So if you focus on your two things, that what do you need at this current situation of your current stage of work to get success in your position, whatever postdoc position you have, or success of your writing, graduate student, if you are writing your dissertation, that you need to get publication, dissertation, who can help you there. So main, we want to focus what I need and how I can, who can give it to me. And best way to do is to directly reach to the person who has done that recently, or even if it is not recent, but as recent possible. For example, if you are applying for a NIH or NSF grant and your supervisor might not apply for that. Even I never had an NIH grant for my postdoc position. So if somebody comes and asks me that how to do for NIH, I can go through, give you some guidance, but not that effective. The another person who has recently got that grant, they can tell you the details which you will know only after you submitting that grant. So those are little trick. Only those people can tell you who has gone through that recently, as recently possible. Same way, like you are suppose going for the industry job, or faculty to industry, changing academy to industry, academy to entrepreneurship. So the person who did it recently, that's the best source. And also, like, you can just find out, like, put yourself here, and every week, if you can ask, like, what is my need at this moment? And then who can give it? And then just email that person. Find out, nowadays, Google, you find everything. And email or call that person and ask. There is also a way to ask. You don't ask like, can you be my mentor? No, you have to ask specifically. Like, suppose NIH thing. Yes, I just heard that you got an NIH grant. Congratulations for that. And that might be my next challenge or my next goal. Can I get your 15 minutes to just to discuss about and give me some tips where I can start or something like that? Or even if you are like writing your manuscript halfway or grant halfway, you can just ask somebody who is a very good grant writer or even a professor you're in department, saying not to say that like I want you go through my manuscript. They might say yes or no, depends on their time. But if you say that, can I have your 15-minute time? And I don't want really you go through the whole manuscript to judge my writing. Yes, I'm going to improve it. I want you to focus my this 3 experiment, whatever it is. If he is in that experiment area, you want him to check that and tell me if it is good enough result to put. Is there anything else I need to put for my grant or a manuscript? So that how anybody, I think you will get a positive response. Because if you look at these 2 examples, you are not asking them, are you be my mentor? You are asking very specific, clear needs of yours and specific giving time. So 90% of chance you will get a positive response. So again, and think about it, if you start that way, looking your need, you need a role model. You have a role model in front of you and you want to be their guidance. You can just ask something you like for that. And how did you achieve that? Can you give me some tips? I am pretty sure they will be saying yes. So just fill it up. And it's not good. It's not, I'm not expecting it in a day or a week you will be able to get all this. But this is our next like mentoring network. We need to all have to have every career stage. Even I do my map there to see, like when I am in need, I have somebody who I can look and ask. It's just like our insurance. It's not like we buy our house insurance or hurricane insurance at the time hurricane is there. We make it already ready. So if there is any need, and especially for these cases, we know we will have to have those things. So somebody is there. And believe me, it make you so much empowered when you know that it's not a solo person with you. You have a whole 10 people or 20 people behind you. When you have a need, you can go to them, ask your question, and they will give you right feedback. So saying that, we will start now cultivating our mentoring network map. This is again NCFDD's map, where I think you all get the handouts here. So what we are planning to do now is going through each one, like professional development. You can see that there are few lines we put there. You can have that thing on campus, off campus, or you can say internal or external. If you have some funding resources, you need to internal or external. So I want you all to think about and put some names on. First thing we are going to do, identify your needs. Professional development, I can tell everybody needs it, whichever way. It doesn't need to be like teaching. Some people need teaching, some people need something else. So if you can do some brainstorming and find out some need of your, and then find out some name you can think of. It's not, don't be judgmental or don't be critical that, oh, I have to right way do that. And if I write that name, people's name, I have to go to them. No, it's just a possibility. I'm asking you all, just turn down your critic mind. We all are like having some critical mind sometime. Just use your regular brainstorming and do just a possibility, saying that, okay, I can have these people in my list. Emotional support. Everybody needs emotional support. You can have someone, role model, intellectual community. Again, here is, this chart is specifically for the manuscript or grant writing thing. They have put it like, suppose you start from 0 to 100 rank as your grant writing, manuscript writing. 0 is obviously when you are just in a planning stage, and 100% when your manuscript is ready. So if you are suppose 50% or even 100%, who you think can check your manuscript, who accept your PI definitely, but who you think you can send those manuscript to check. If it is even basic stage, 0 to 25%, maybe your PR can just discuss with them and ask them to check your results, or anybody else. So these are the one. Safe space is specific for is people like somebody or someplace who you can talk to without any judgment, without your fear. You can tell your truth, like, and that will be completely confidential. Like once you talk to somebody something, you discuss with them, you get a guidance, it will be not go out to anybody else. They will give you, without judging you, they will give you their opinion, especially which will be for your good. So it's not like everybody needs the safe space, but if you don't need, you can cross it, but generally we need it. And so you can write if you have anybody you think can go to that way. Accountability, you all know, we just discussed. Accessibility on campus, peer, that's all are your opportunities. Peer is the best source to sometimes to give you opportunity, especially if you are new postdoc, you might have your peer who can help you. You need senior faculty in your department, definitely, for sponsorship, especially when you are going for a tenure track position or any other position. You need a department person who can help you to put a award or give you a sponsorship. And then obviously feedback you need for every places. So what I'm doing here is we'll take a couple of minutes and I will ask all of you just not to be judgmental, not to be too much thinking or feeling. Even some people even think terrible, like when they're like, oh, I have only one name, one place. Yes, you all are very beginner of your career. So it's really good if you start now. Imagine after like 6 months or a year, generally it takes 6 months to 1 year. If you think that you have all of these areas filled, how you'll feel, how much empowerment you will have. Like, I can do anything. And when I need, there will be all these people will come to answer my question. And that's have to be done every stages. And I can tell you, because I am ahead of in my career, little bit ahead of you all. So I know that how much is needed when you, even for recommendation, when you need to go for any job, you need a recommendation. You need 3 people to give you good recommendation. So I will start maybe how many minutes? 3 minutes will be enough for you all. Please, you can start writing those lines, fill up, and I will start a timer for 3 minutes. Don't be judgmental, just use the possibility. You don't have to go to them, just use their name. People who are you in Zoom, you can use just pen and paper and just write it down, and a letter if you need that map, because we are just walking through that and you might need it for your future development of your map. So you can just send me an email and I will forward you all the worksheet we have. But time being, you can just use paper and pen is fine.
You have? So do you guys need more time?
Okay, maybe we'll start. I actually went ahead and moved to the next slide. So this map I gave you, we call it like mentoring network map. So the next two slide was mainly how we cultivate it. Mainly you have to ask what you need and ask for it. So we'll go through these 6 steps where first what you are doing now is self-assessment, assess your current mentoring network. So you want to see is nothing but a reality in front of you that what I have and how much I have to do. So mainly to assess or identify your current mentoring network, then identify what is missing on that. Then you what are the other needs you have to fulfill and how you can get it, how can meet your need, and then to hunt more like how to maximize the other opportunities. Then we will see that why we are not doing those, if there is any resistance coming in between, and then final to do the action, commitment to do action. So this was the self-assessment, your current mentoring network preparing. You already got 3 minutes. So this was the map. So do you guys are done? So we can move forward for the next one. So next one is simple, just to see what is missing. So just mark it, put a round on the map. If you have some areas which are empty and you think you need those, but still you don't have. And believe me, it is always in this stage, it was generally it's supposed to be several places you need to fill up in future. So don't feel bad if it is empty, just mark it to identify that what is needed in future. So I will give you a few seconds, maybe 10-15 seconds, just to make a round circle the places where there is no name you can put, but you need to put in future. Okay, so if you identify already that what is missing, so you identify already your name, your current mentoring network, and your need, current need. So now I want to ask you to the focus mainly one most essential one. You think you might have 4, 5, 6 different, but which is the most important for you at this moment? If you are a writer writing manuscript, that may be the important. Somebody needs emotional support, that may be important. So write out a missing piece for you, which is most important. Just find one and it's just as a for example, and later you can work for the other same way. So you write the missing piece and then you think about what you can do to meet your that need. So mainly suppose again, as if you are going for, if you are a writer in your manuscript, need to check how you can find. So you can look for some editor, maybe your supervisor's friend's colleague, some way. That may be the one way. You can also, as I said, ask somebody who has just submitted a grant, just submitted a paper in the same article, same journal. You can ask that person if you know them, or you can even go there and talk to them. And that may be one way. If you are thinking about some other thing, if you are going for a conference, that will be another way to meet people. So try to find out as many, at least 5, to if you have some important, most important your need, and how you can think of to you can meet that need. I will give you 2 minutes again here. If you have any question, anything you want to clear, you can ask. If you are going for suppose job, how you can get an industry job, how you can find a mentor or resources. I will say even don't consider the word mentor. I actually forgot to tell you at the beginning only, NCFDD consider them that don't use even a mentor. When you fill out your map, it might be full with names, but some of them are not even your mentor. You don't consider them as a mentor. They are your resources. They are your help. That's okay. It doesn't matter what term you use. Rather, don't use the mentor term. Only you need a network of people who can help you when you need and what you need. Okay, so if you can have at least 5 of them, 5 to 6, that's a really good way. If not, then just think about the possibilities or try to find out the other way, possible way to meet your need. So now we will deep dive little more to see like how we can utilize different what approaches we can take to utilize our different opportunities. Suppose in example, I will say you are going for next conference. I am pretty sure here most of you go conference quite often. And if you are going for a conference, what are the 3 people you think you want to meet them, or you think it will be good for you to communicate with them or get a relationship with them? Also, who has resources what you need? Obviously, based on that, you go to the person. And who has shown interest in your work? Sometimes it happens that several people, I meet them and we talk and we say, okay, we'll meet or talk, but I forget in later stage to communicate, or we get so busy you do. But some people may be there who might be helpful now. So when I try to identify those names, suppose that's give me a good ideas, like next week I am going for a conference and I am looking for some resume reader. There are several software nowadays which will help postdoc and graduate student to go through their resume. So obviously, if our university wants to purchase or hire one, we need to know the best one who somebody use. And I know a couple of people I met previously, or I'm going for CGS meeting next week, where I might some people who are using that. So I will go and write down those people's name who are talking about resume, talking about job opportunities, and write down name. And then what approach or action I can take. I can email them in advance like, can we meet? I need to talk to you about this software. Nowadays, a lot of AI software people are using to screen your resume. Or even I will be definitely going to attend their talk if they are giving a talk on that specific topic, and then talk to them there. Or even sometimes, as I said, colleagues, friend, boss, friend, like that, we can communicate. So if you can write down 3 name, who you, based on your, what is was your need, who are the name, possible name, and what approach or action you can take of that. I just give you example for that. That's not, you have to do the same way, but that's the way generally you develop your network. Again, couple of minutes, and is for your practice. Believe me, if you don't write it down, it just goes away. So you have to start writing. So because of shortage of time, we will move forward. But this is most important area where you need to write down the name. And if you cannot do it now, just do it when you go back and check your area of your need and try to find out the names. And even if, like, suppose I don't know at this moment which people will be there in CGS conference, but I will go to their website, and which I was planning last whole week, but go and see who I should contact. Our next step, which is very quick, I want to say, like, if we pretty much know all these things, but then still we don't do sometimes. Why? There are some beliefs or restriction comes. And as I said, Dr. Robert, who gave the main talk, she was really explaining, that was a little bit different talk, but she was explaining more of the limiting belief, what generally are myth or story, but we still keep in our mind, like that person is, especially like I can tell when I was postdoc, was in my mind, am I going to go and talk to department chair? Isn't he too big, too renowned person? Am I going to go for the dean, like that? So those kind of restriction come to our mind. Also sometimes, like, oh, is it my work is not that good enough, or I haven't finished my manuscript, let's wait for a while. So that's called perfectionist. So those things generally try to restrict. So if you can quick check those, if anything of your, just to give you yourself to identify that what generally blocks you, to make a quick check and see if you can identify. Sometimes we feel like we'll say, get a no or get rejection, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. You just had a request and no comes, it's fine. So, but if you don't ask, you will never get yes. So better ask. And then there are imposter feeling are there. And last one actually make me laugh. Like, I don't know where to start and where to find. Who are the best one who can find? You all are highest level of researcher. What is research mean? Finding stuff. Who who can find best when you are a postdoc or graduate researcher, PhD level researcher? Their work is nothing but to find the thing, do the research. How you cannot find the thing? If you don't find the thing, at least you can find the person who can find for you. So that part is really kind of silly, but sometimes believe we say that, oh, I don't know where to find that person who does the resume check or do this thing. So try to find that. So if you know that what are these things comes to your mind, or something, maybe something different, just check it, write it down for your own knowledge. And then last, I want to know that what are the 3 things you can do to next week, 3 action you can take to improve your networking map. Because obviously today we just did a practice. It's not really, you fill it up. I would love to see if somebody is completely filled, but I am as if mine is also not filled, hardly 1 or 2 name in some places. So I want you to work on it and write down now only you can think of, because you can think of, go back to number 1, number 3, 4, and see what 3 action you think you can take next whole week to move forward in your developing your mentoring network. So write down 3 action, and please write down so you will see it. It's your own commitment to yourself. Okay, so if you know 3 action, sorry, I am rushing a little bit. But yes, write down 3 action and try to follow it next 3 weeks. So most importantly, what we are going to do, you are going to develop your mentoring network. You will be doing it. Look at your next whole week. If you can do those action, try to first, most important thing here is rethinking that model. Don't even think about mentoring term. Think about like it is your network of resources, and focus on the point, what is your need and where is the resource, who has it, and how you can ask them, how you can get it. That's the most important thing. And when you make this ready for 6 months or a year, you will see that how much it is helping you. You will feel really empowered, like when you are going for a job or any manuscript grant submission, you have people you can ask straightforward. And so we have this is our second seminar, and then we have one more workshop where we'll be for entering mentoring, which is SIMAR workshop. And there you will be considered as a mentor, because when you go for next job or faculty job, mainly you be a mentor. So you need to know, as you need a resource, a mentor to teach you like how to do a budgeting. Because first thing you will be mentoring graduate student. You will be, that maybe you will be okay to do because you do, but how to do budgeting, how to do some other thing like hiring people. Most worst is firing people. So that's painful. Hiring is way easy, I will say. So learn those things. That's what I'm saying, that will be in entering mentoring thing, how to resolve your conflict. So whoever has not done the first one will be taking it for RCR and again back, and then we'll go for the next one. Again, as I said, that resources, I have several first year resource start from your university resources. There are several university resources. One of is this career support. I do mentor several postdocs and PhD students for their, not for their research, but for their other career support. So if you need any mentoring, you can just email me or book the time. And then if you have any question, this is our survey. I will request you all, we have all these survey pages here. Just put the survey, because that's one thing when we organize the program, we have to have now to data point like how the program gone. And we realize later people forget it, so it's better to have it in time. And if you have any question, please feel free to ask. Zoom people, we will be stopping recording. If you can also finish that survey, will be great. And if you have any question, please send an email. Let me quickly check if there is any question in the chat. And we will be stopping the recording.